All right, today we are diving headfirst into a piece of fan fiction that is just wow. It's a massive crossover saga called The Legend Awakens. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to want to buckle up because this thing gets weird and it gets weird fast.
I mean, look at this. Right from the very first line, you just know you're in for something special. The story doesn't open with, a mighty roar or the clang of swords. Nope. It opens with meow. That's a bold choice for sure. And it immediately sets this quirky, totally unpredictable tone for the whole ride.
And what a ride it is. This isn't just one story. It's a grand epic that literally smashes different worlds together. We're talking dragons, we're talking portals, we're talking heroes from places you would never expect, all basically tossed into one big cosmic blender. So our story kicks off on a world with let's just say a very on-the-nose name. This is where we meet our first main character, the new leader who's just taken the throne and is already in for a really rough time. So, welcome to Dragons Rule, a planet where, you guessed it, dragons rule. The brand new emperor is a dragon named Safi Jiva, and he's just getting comfy on the throne. He's our guy for now, but he's about to learn that being emperor isn't all it's cracked up to be. Not even close.
Wearing the crown is never easy, right? Like immediately after his coronation, Safi Jiva is already facing challengers. Just random dragons popping up left and right, trying to take his throne and claim the power for themselves. So yeah, his reign is anything but peaceful.
And this recent victory? It really tells you everything you need to know about what kind of leader Safi Jiva is. He's facing down this revived mod dragon, Ultura, and his grand strategy is to run away? But then, in a stroke of just pure dumb luck, his tail accidentally clips Ultura's wings, and the village just plummets to his doom. Hey, it was effective, right? Even if it wasn't exactly intentional, a win's a win for the new emperor.
Okay, so while Safi Jiva is busy with all these random challengers, a much larger and more organized threat is brewing out there, in the darkest corners of the universe. This is setting the stage for a truly massive conflict.
Yeah, deep inside a black hole, because of course that's the ultimate evil lair, lives the Fatalis family. Their leader is this mutated beast called Dire Morales, and he has his sights set on just one thing, a complete and total takeover of the entire planet of Dragons Rule.
Okay, there are a lot of names flying around, so let's get the teams straight. On one side, you've got the defenders, Emperor Safi Jiva, his serpentine buddy Dalamador, and the legendary Midgard serpent Jormungandr. And on the other side, the invaders, led by Dire Morales and his whole army of fatalist dragons, which includes the quote-unquote popular trio.
So, with all the players on the board, Dire Morales does not waste any time. The invasion kicks off, and it sparks this enormous battle for the fate of the entire planet.
And what happens next is it's a masterclass in what makes this kind of fanfiction so much fun. It's just this unapologetic display of overwhelming power. The battle happens in waves, and it is brutal and it is fast. First up, Satalis gets instantly squished. Gone. Then the popular trio charges in and they get squished by the massive Jormungandr. A third trio tries their luck, and guess what? Same fate. Finally, the last three attackers are taken down by the combined might of our heroes. It is an absolute rout.
The fight itself was just pure chaos. I mean, Jormungandr was clearly the MVP here, just proving way too powerful for almost everybody. Dalamador takes a nasty hit to the face but gets saved just in time. And the villains, they were trying all sorts of tricky moves. One turns into a spirit, another pulls out a shield, but nope, nothing was enough to turn the tide.
So the whole invasion plan just completely falls apart. Dire Morales sees his entire army get wiped out in a matter of minutes, and the great and terrible villain has only one thing left to say. And honestly, it's a very relatable, oh shit, right before he gets taken down himself.
So, with the invaders totally vanquished, the defending trio lets out a huge victory cheer. The war is over, the planet is safe, and it really seems like our story has reached its happy ending. But that little phrase, for now, yeah, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Because, you guessed it, here comes the twist. Just when you think it's all over, the story drops this terrifying question on us. What do you do when the ultimate evil can't actually be killed? That's right, Dire Morales, it turns out, is immortal.
And just like that, bam!
We are ripped from the world of Dragon's Rule and dropped into a totally different setting with a brand new cast of characters who are about to have a very, very bad day.
We land on this distant planet called the Hidden World. And this place, it's home to its own society of dragons, all organized into different classes like Mystery, Boulder, and Strike. And if you're thinking, hey, that sounds kind of familiar, well, that's because it should.
That's right, people. We have just portal jumped directly into the world of How to Train Your Dragon. And you know, this is the real fun of a crossover, isn't it? You take a world you know and love with all its rules, and you just drop an entirely foreign, universe-ending problem right into the middle of it. Dire Miralis is about to seriously crash their party.
So, this sets the stage for the real climax of the story. It's time for the final showdown, featuring a whole new team of heroes.
And our new heroes? They've got a totally different vibe. When Toothless the Night Fury spots the monstrous Miralis, he roars out this challenge, saying they need to persuade him to leave, which is, a pretty charming and understated way to declare a fight to the death.
Well, Miralis isn't really interested in being persuaded. He answers with a giant magma meteor. The other dragons manage to dodge it, but the meteor slams right into a much, much bigger target, Drago's Bewilderbeast. And this turns out to be a colossal mistake. All it does is make the giant beast very, very angry. So what happens? The enraged Bewilderbeast just casually walks over, picks up the supposedly terrifying, immortal villain like he's a little rag doll, and with a mighty whoosh, just chucks him so high that he lands right back in his own warp hole. Unbelievable! But his trip isn't over yet. On the other side of that portal, he gets caught by another dragon, the Purple Death, who uses its fiery waves to launch him straight into a void. And this time, the story makes it very clear he was never ever seen again. A definitive team effort takedown if I've ever seen one. And so our saga comes to a close. Both worlds are safe, the immortal beast is gone for good. But the story leaves us with this one kind of tantalizing final thought. In a universe where dragons can literally be thrown through portals and entire armies are just squished in minutes, the scale of power is basically limitless. So it really makes you wonder, after all of that, what could possibly be worse?